Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Johnny. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, review, re-review, topic, reaction, commentary, or something else, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, he wanted me to do it on a film called The Reckoning, which I never even heard of this film. I know nothing about this film. I've never seen this film. It came out 2020, and looked it up. It has a 4.7, so hip hip hooray for that. Granted, that means IMDb. I don't always agree with IMDb, true, but there are a lot of times I have agreed. And it's directed by Neil Marshall. I'm like, what? The guy who did Dog Soldiers, which is my favorite werewolf film? The guy who did The Descent, which is a pretty damn solid, intense movie? Really? Really? So I have no idea what this film... I guess it was released on Shudder. And of course, as I'm doing this, now it's starting to thunder and rain, right? So God is warning me about this movie. So I'm paused at the beginning. Yeah, by the way, yeah, if anyone wants to send in any requests, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box underneath the video. So, and to Johnny, he didn't mention if he likes this film, if he thinks it's underrated, if he thinks it sucks. So, either way, 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Get the Shudder. Guess called logo, and then what's this logo? Again, I don't know anything about this film, so I don't have any insight to this. Highland Film Group, with a guy ready to play some bagpipes. I don't know why every time they get bagpipes think of Sean Connery. And funny enough, Bond It. I was thinking Sean Connery, and then this Bond, yeah. Because I love Outland. That's my favorite Sean Connery film. Good personality in movies. Inspired by actual events. If you say so. England, 1665, year of the Great Plague. The pestilence has spread across the land, killing tens of thousands, destroying entire families and communities in its wake. Only a lucky few are spared a slow and agonizing death. The people are gripped by fear and paranoia, desperate to find something to blame, convinced the plague is the work of the devil and his acolytes. This is the time of the witch-finders, dedicated servants of God, thriving on superstition, and empowered by the state to arrest, interrogate, and execute anyone they suspect of witchcraft. Neil Marshall film that I've never heard a single person mention or talk about, which is sad because, I mean, you got Dog Soldiers, The Descent, and then what the hell happened to him? I mean, what was that one movie? Doomsday. Like a lame version of Steve from New York. I keep forgetting he did the new Hellboy, which I thought sucked. Sean Pertwee. He was in Dog Soldiers. Black and white, slow motion, where lady's husband's getting the crap kicked out of him. This little girl's being taken away. Put a bag over her head, and here we got the title, okay? The Reckoning. So wait a minute, you're telling it took a whole minute to tell me how horrible this plague is, and this girl looks like she's going to be on the cover of GQ magazine. with the hair, and I swear I see makeup. She's in the cover girl makeup commercial. Cover girl. She took fluffy, blow dryer on her hair. Prim and proper. Yeah, she looks like she's really been through a lot in this war-torn, this plague-ridden land. Don't say war-torn, not really, but... Okay, she's getting the sword. Don't go out in the rain, don't mess up your perfect hair. Why is it so damn perfect? Well, there you go. Now it's... Definitely she got no dirt on her face. In this plague-ridden, horribly dirty place. So the husband there being hung. So it's cut to a flashback of them happy and her digging a grave. Okay. This necklace I found on the ground. Going to give it to you. Has a little, was that a wicker man on the front of it? Oh, that's his belt. I think that's his belt. I thought that was his dick for a second. I went, what? He's hung like a horse. No. It was just a belt. The guy looks like this era of rough and tumble. But then she looks like a prim and proper, like either going to do a montage to the music of Pretty Woman or, I don't know, getting ready to come up with designs of dresses for some kind of pageant. Working with Christina Applegate, telling her you can go home and take care of the kids since your babysitter's dead. Probably better just get a step stool, climb up, and just cut it out that way. Let me light your pipe, huh? So the idea is he drank from the wrong goblet, the wrong cup, and now he's got the plague. So that means he hanged himself, probably. He has herpes simplician. So she went to get some stuff to break his fever, and I guess that's when he hanged himself. Hung himself, however you want to word it. Don't cough on the baby. I do wonder if touching him, being so near him to bury him, would make her just sick as well. I mean, I don't know how that plague is exactly transferred from one to the other. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if there was a need to do all this, like, editing back and forth. I mean, they could have easily been just told sequentially, chronologically. Like I said, I don't know if there was a need to go back and forth for it, but whatever. Yeah, it's like every scene, her hair is like perfect. Curious if I can find any reviews as to what they had a problem with it. I mean, it's only 10 minutes in. I mean, it may not be my big cup of tea, but I don't see 4.7 bad. That's not a bad shot with the cross and putting the flower down. That's not a bad shot. Yeah, if you say so, buddy. The star Charlotte Kirk is engaged. I guess currently at this time engaged with Neil Marshall. Co-written between the two of them and Edward Evers-Swindell. I guess this girl had allegations for her career blossoming after having intimate relations with a couple of Hollywood moguls. Moguls. Sure, I guess why not have a flashback to him having sex? Why not? One of those shot job moments. She had sex, turn, get the light out, dead body, she wakes up, it's a nightmare. Ready for Freddy Krueger to come out. I mean, I guess so far, just that's kind of my feeling so far. Meh. There's really nothing. I don't know. So it says here the plot of the film is that landlord Squire, who has the hots for her, wants her. He says she's a witch, that just by an accusation she gets sentenced. And then a witch finder, Sean Pertwee, empowered by the state, and they pretty much just torture her and try to get her to say, yes, I am, even though she's not. And this is the film he did after Hellboy, damn. Oh, brother. Okay, I see what happened. I get your movie. I know what's going on. That one guy wants this girl, and he switched the cups, so the guy drank the sick one. Yep, there you go. Exactly, movie. I thought of it before you did it. Those baths look like something from SCP. Those baths, those are something from SCP Containment Breach. She don't have another nightmare, another fantasy dream. Oh boy, I can already tell there's gonna be a movie. I'm gonna be pretty bored because the subject matter just doesn't interest me or entice me. The Witchfinder General, that type of stuff, just again, not really something I'm that interested in the first place. Story-wise, just not interested. I don't know what to tell you. And the lead actress, I've seen worse, I've seen better. And I don't know. Sure, light it up, fire it up, fire it up, fire it up. Your husband's horny. Your husband's like, I need to fuck. Will you fuck me? Even if I have no eyes. Don't drag that rope around. You don't trip someone. Don't trip someone with the rope. Put on some shoes at least before you walk out there. You'll step on a snake. Or step on a rock and stub your toe. Put on some shoes at least, lady. If there's a nail out there, you step on it, I'll laugh. Yeah, that's called your husband. You just pulled him out. Oh shit! I just pulled him out the thing. Oh my god. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you fucking do that? You're crazy, lady. You're crazy. This is where I guess he'll go, you're a witch, bitch. You're the witch, bitch. Which bitch is which? You're Amber Turd. How's it going, Amber Turd? Listen, Amber Turd. You're a witch. Even God himself is getting pissed off. Boom. So, I like how Wikipedia calls it an adventure horror film. Adventure horror? Adventure horror? Film took place in Budapest, Hungary. Both interior and exterior scenes were filmed. Hungary, yeah. Grace must face her own inner demons as the devil himself starts to work his way into her mind. I wouldn't say like the look of the film does much for me. It's a very... I just because trying to get that evoking the time period of cold and yeah, I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, I can't really say it does much for me, the look of the film. So Charlotte Kirk has been involved in multiple affairs with TV and film studio executives. She was tied to the resignation of Warner Bros. CEO Kevin Sugihara. Kirk reportedly began contacting 3 people to pressure them to land her roles in upcoming movies. She did land small roles in the Warner Bros. Production Ocean's 8, New Line 7 production How to Be Single. In 2019, Kevin had to resign. Kirk also reportedly pressured Millennium Film CEO Avi Lerner to land roles in his productions from the 2019 remake of Hellboy. Well, of course, he's a guy, and guys suck. Guys suck. So he's trying to advance on her. Is he going to hit her? Yep, there you go. Is she going to hurt him in some way? Yeah. There you go. Burns his hand. And kicks him. %19 on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 28% audience. Wow. Wonder what the audience says. This flick felt like a B movie from the start, and it didn't get better. Very weak, very disappointing. I feel like bad overacting story elements that are just there and have no purpose, and overall bad story paired with historical falsehoods, then you will love this movie. More Neil Marshall films I see, the more I'm convinced that Dog Soldier Descent were complete flukes. Doomsday was the last film I saw, which I thought was fairly decent. I disagree with that. It has a certain level of competency and interest, but ultimately just causes the film to come across painfully dull and mediocre rather than enjoyably poor. Poor? God, I can't even talk. No wonder. I agree with dull. It's meant to be slurring my words, tersh my words up. Dull is a good word. Dull is a really good word for this. Let's not even start on a perfectly clean, everyone lit for a film set during the Black Death, or the costume set designed to look like cosplay at a medieval tourist attraction. It's pretty grim throughout, exploiting the Black played era, fails to pick up the pace, terribly acted, terrible script, terrible dialogue, everything seems out of place, feels like a Hallmark or a Channel 5 movie. I agree with that. It's not really a film that's pulling me in for any reason whatsoever. Now that I know that she's engaged to the director, I kind of get now why she was cast as the lead in this. Because she's not really being that excellent or fantastic or great in it. Maybe average at best. And yet her modern haircut doesn't really help matters either. More boring than scary. I agree with that too. That's really what I get so far, dull and boring. Why you all just getting up on him and kick his ass? It's so weird now. Now I can't tell like what's real with the thunder and what's in the movie. Sometimes it's real and sometimes it's the movie with the thunder. So look at the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's a movie where the witch trials are not merely evidence of a frightened patriarchal system resorting to violence to maintain control. It's a system that apparently fights the very real threat of witches and demons. What do we do here? An empty, lacking palpable grime and desperately in need of injection of real black magic. Tonally, it's dumb and ugly and woefully miscalculated. By the time she gets helped out of her cell by the most unnecessary side character of all time and finally get to her revenge agenda, I pretty much lost all interest in anything that was happening because how and why and nope. Despite its spirit discord and a few other redeeming features, Reckoning is too clumsy, overlong, and generally miscalculated to add up to an intelligent commentary on misogyny. The idea of a medieval Me Too story examining how powerful men have used witchcraft claims to control women through history is interesting, so it's a shame this is a letdown. So it's funny, in a way, this is trying to do the political agenda. Men are evil, women. The thing is that back in the day, this did happen. That's why I'm not getting that mad and upset, because sadly there were the witch trials. People that were just accused, and and we saw a guy who seemed like a decent guy, the husband, the father, he got screwed over and fed the plague pretty much, and he tried to do the noble thing in his idea, his mind, in which he doesn't want his family to get infected, so he killed himself. So you just say that's a decent guy, and so it's not like some of these other films are just so ass backwards on that. But with how many of those... I don't know if those masks were used back to the day. It makes me think it's either a weird version of the penguin. It's a pelican. Don't fly straight, Frank. Fly, pelican, fly. It's a pig that don't fly straight, Frank. The pelicans fly, fly. There's an open window behind you. Why don't you go over there? Oh, now she goes. There's a lot of people say that if you're historically trying to be accurate, this is a movie that fails very much on that front. I'm not really smart to that, so I'll take their word for it. The film is voyeuristic, exploitative, and uses specifically sexual horrors of the witch hunt era as an excuse to leer rather than horrify. Shallow writing opportunity with plenty of torture and showing off instead. Yeah, so apparently there's a lot of people who didn't like the film. I did Johnny, I don't know if you liked it or not. If you wonder why at times I'm silent, I'm trying to listen to the dialogue and such. I mean, I wouldn't put this so far on like the worst list of anything. It's just very dull and boring. Nothing that consequential for me to remember it days later. I like what the one guy says, it doesn't pull you in. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, it looks like a movie that would go streaming. Definitely agree with that. I see my foot up your ass, so shut up, dickwad. No, I don't understand. She doesn't understand either. That's why she's asking, dickhead. So this is where you take a knife, you stab him in the head. Shit. Sorry, wait, pause for a sec. Sorry, I'm checking on something. I have a pause. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I was just checking on something. Yeah, I apologize. I was checking on the weather because it's one of those things I have to be careful out here because there is a tendency to lose power out here in the middle of nowhere. But I'm at 40 minutes 9 seconds in, paused, 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So now she's been captured after her friend got smacked in the face from the guy. So her friend's husband's a dickhead. Our lead here is sleeping, and who the hell is this guy? Oh, is that her husband again? Just have more of these visions. So does that mean like she really is a witch? Is that what the twist going to be? She really is a witch, so they were right all along. It's just that they brought the good person and they tortured her so much she became the very thing they were afraid of. So there's another fantasy scene. Obviously, I haven't seen any making of this. I'm guessing though that what Neil Marshall wanted to do was make like a Hammer horror film, some type of Hammer horror film type of stuff, as well as have a movie for his fiance. Okay. So she turned and a woman ran into the bars or whatever, exploded like Blade, the vampire, killed her. And then something dragged her and then she woke up. Okay. If you say so. It's your ass, Mr. Jailman. Okay, what was that a vision of? Someone in a field. My name is Fuck and you. Oh, my name is Fuck, last name you. What's your name? If they beat him that much, they should put stuff on his face, like bruises, cuts, busted lip, something of that nature. And yeah, this girl like looks perfect. Her face looks perfect like each shot. And yeah, it looks like she has makeup in every damn shot. Trial. Oh, they'll try to break her. I will not bow. I will not break. For heaven's sake, 'cause I will not bow and I will not break. So day one. What? 111? Yeah, everybody looks like clean-faced. They look better in Army of Darkness. When they were throwing stuff at Ash when he was in chains. They look better in that. Like, more legit. But the Army of Darkness did that better, and that was a comedy, bits of action, bits of horror. And you just keep seeing her dead husband. Guessing the movie will explain the reason for that. She's pretty much in this scene, she's getting whipped. Surprised he didn't throw salt on it. Oh, now y'all want to leave. Okay. Go home and cry to mama. So you're too much of a pussy to do it yourself, huh? Then why don't you, pussy? Why don't you do something about it? Or take you and your 2-inch dick and get out of my face. Okay, the organ's playing while I'm guessing this is going to be Sean Pertwee's character. Who worked with Neil Marshall on Dog Soldiers. I don't know if he was in the other ones. I don't think he was in The Descent. I don't think. Because mostly that's women spelunking through the cave system. Thank you. Now get the fuck out of my face. Hey, what do you want? What do you want from me? Well, this guy's gonna die. Yep. Knew he was gonna die. Then you can't do it yourself, you gotta let someone else do it for you. Fucking wuss. So he has an assistant named Elizabeth. Elizabeth will come to join you. You don't care? Well, you will care. You don't care when I put a stiletto in your eye and make you cry. Sorry I'm not saying much. I mean, it's not really giving me much to talk about, to be honest. I mean, maybe it is for a lot of other people. For me, it's just like, yeah, whatever, you know, that type of reaction. Kind of a meh thing for me. Now you have the giant, like, overbearing, melodramatic music playing with the organs. You know it's serious. You know it's super serious. You better know super serious now. Because holy shit. The music was playing. A giant state of affairs. Yeah, but we're lying. Yeah, fuck you and your God's work. Don't talk for God. Trust me, don't talk for God, man. God has nothing to do with you, you sorry sack of squat. Sorry sack of squirting piss. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's just very... It wants to be this tough movie, but there's not a lot of bite to it. It wants to be this horror movie, but the scares are pretty much, here's a loud noise. Hopefully you did jump scare. Now what? It's trying to be like... These visions are pretty much trying to do, again, these jump scares. I think it doesn't really do much for me. I'm sure they're going, why should I give a shit about anything that's going on? So it's just the guys just keep saying, I'll still do her. Hey, I'd still do her. Hey, you know what? I'd still do her. Hey, you know what? I still do her. Yeah, we did it, dude. You said it like 4 times now. We did it. Go use your hand. Go use the band of the hand. I'm already awake, you blind. What, it's Vader time? Day 2. What evidence? What evidence? The only force you deal is when you take a dump. Use your head right in the toilet as a cleaner. Kind of typical dialogue. My will is greater than yours. She goes, we'll see. I mean, hell, in a way, I know this dialogue made sense, but I saw this stuff done better in a film like Lockup with Sylvester Stallone. People are like, what are you talking about? You have a person who's taken to another facility, another place that they don't really belong there, as this person lies and manipulates, and our lead character goes through this constant barrage of either psychological torture, the whole band locked up when they put him in the solitary and they keep waking him up with the lights, and you gotta stand up and say your prison number. And hell, that was more interesting than this. I guess she keeps seeing visions of probably her mom or something, whatever the hell that is. Maybe her mom really was a witch and she's this daughter of a witch. We have what? A birthmark? Devil's mark. You just made that up right now. She had a pimple on her ass. It's the devil's mark. She had a zit on her nose. It's the devil's mark. God, it's 53 minutes of this. And I can say, I also say this: I'm not really a fan of the way it's lit. Like I get that it's going to be low lighting because you just have a fireplace and a candle. I get that, so, and that's the least of the film's worries. But I don't watch the film and have to damn squint to be able to see. You're just not hurting her enough. He hasn't done anything yet. We saw her tied up. They tore her clothes. There's a mark, and then she was put back in her cell. I don't think Sean Pertwee is bad. I mean, it's just the character. There's not a whole lot given to him. to really relish in it. You compare to like Donald Sutherland in Lock Up. He's relishing his role in that movie as a villain. Okay, more dreams of having sex. Guess I can't blame her. But would you really want to do that in an open jail cell in prison? I don't know. I wouldn't. Hey, I just got tortured. I'm now lying on my back in the jail cell. Let me touch myself and moan loudly while people watch. Dare touch yourself like... Slowly, I'm sure we'll get the meaning of all this. Other than maybe the show, maybe if Neil Marsh was like, I want to show my fiance naked. The devil. So the devil has these long horns that go down and out like that. His face... I'm trying to think what that face reminds me of. They usually give up by now. You whipped her a bit on the back, which would hurt. You had her up, and then you splashed water on her. Yeah, maybe we should go get some tests. There wouldn't be no rats. You think you'd be more worried about the rats? Don't the rats carry the plague? Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'd be worried about rats if the whole damn black plague is going on. I'd be like, you know what? I see a rat. I'm gone. I'm out of there. I'm surprised they gave her food at all. Day 3. I'm surprised they gave her food at all. Surprised they don't make her starve. That'd be my question. Why don't they make her starve? So now she's on this rat with a thing tied around her face. Like a female Hannibal Lecter. Define what? Yeah, he hanged himself. So is her mouth covered to even be able to admit? Yeah, her mouth's covered, so she can't even say anything. You want her to admit, but her mouth's covered. You have to admit, you have to admit. I guess they think with a head nod or something. Whatever. So it's just going to be a bunch of just her getting tortured again and again and again. Great. was Martyrs. That movie, I know a lot of people like Martyrs. I was not a fan. I thought that was a really stupid film. I mean, okay, we're going to get this girl, we're going to torture her, we're going to skin her alive because we want her to get so close to death that she will see heaven, the afterlife, and then she'll tell us what is really beyond death. And then I'm sitting there going, you know, they could just be making this shit up and hallucinate or lie. Like, if you're that, people have a tendency to lie, people have a tendency to hallucinate, people have a tendency to do all sorts of things. So what the hell would that really prove? The person could say, I saw Elvis. You know, I saw the purple fucking people eater. I saw Barney the fucking dinosaur. So they stabbed her foot. Okay, what else is that the only thing they did to her? Stab her foot? I mean, I wouldn't like that, but I'm just saying. Damn, movies giving me gas. For a woman that's gone through, what, 3 days of torture, supposedly, she doesn't look, her face, especially, and hair, doesn't look that worse for wear. Really doesn't. He passed out, fell asleep. Huh? God, there's 44 minutes left. I mean, I'm not asking for it to go harsher, but at the same time, like the 3 days of torture we've seen, she has woken up with water. She got a nail in her foot. Well, more than a nail, to be fair. And she was on a rack, like just like this. I'm sitting there again, like Stallone and Lockup seemed like he went through almost worse. So she was burned as a witch, and then she was still alive, and Sean Pertwee, I just pretty much said, you're going to be my assistant now. Dude, her face is like perfect. Like perfectly fine. So now she's having dreams of having sex with the devil. Sure, if it floats your boat, I guess. There's a lot of tinty women out there. And you know this, man. There's a lot of tinty women out there, though. Have the mumbo jumbo fandango with whoever, whatever they want. So will you do the fandango? My God, man, it's been an hour and 9 minutes, and we've gotten her husband died from the plague because some guy was a dipstick. She's now put into this. She's having weird dreams, fantasies of the devil and her husband, and then 3 days of going through stuff. Hour and 9 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, right about now. So now she sees her mother. But it's really this other girl. Why do I want to eat your apple? It could be poisoned. You never saw Snow White? But it's this weird thing, like the devil really is coming for her, whether her imagination or reality. The devil is coming for her. So it's kind of like, what message is this movie really having? Like, they put her in jail. Even before then, she was having visions of her husband. Like, before she was arrested, she was having sex with her husband, dreaming of that, turn over, there's his dead body. She was having visions before. So maybe that, like, yeah, they blindly accuse people, but what if the person you blindly accuse just so happens to be a witch? That's why I'm wondering if it goes back to her mother being burnt up, and maybe she was a witch, and she's the, I don't know. Maybe it's none of that, none of the above. It's none of the above, Matt. No, don't give them what they want. Be like Storm of the Century. Give me what I want and I'll go away. No, don't do it. But they do it, and then... yeah, dull and boring. What happened to Neil Marshall, man? What happened to Neil Marshall? Again, you look at Hellboy and this movie, but then you look back and... oh, is there any trivia on this that, sorry, I'm just seeing if there's any trivia on this. Maybe none. Nope. No one gives a crap about the movie, so no trivia. I mean, there's definitely a lot more trivia on the Hellboy movie. About how it was a big box office bomb, and I think it failed before we didn't shoot because I think that people didn't want us to make the movie, and for some reason there was like a big... No, David Harbour, it was also a shitty movie that did not know what it wanted to be. And 1 minute had this weird baby monster thing going around with juvenile humor, and then the next you had a damn closet full of dead little kids. It's like the movie didn't know what tone it wanted to be. It was tonal whiplash among many other things, like a poor villain, some poor special effects, some lame action scenes. The movie was crap. I remember hearing that there was some problems behind the scenes too, like it was taken away or reworked or something. When the producers decided to replace director Neil Marshall's go-to cinematographer, other spats involved rehearsals, starred David Harbour, and the design of a tree, insiders said. Despite the film's director, Marshall was not in charge. Neil Marshall, I respectfully declined the comment. Yeah, because there's some truth to that. I think the making of that film, that if it was all just let out, that'd be more interesting than the movie. And it would be more interesting than this movie. That kind of gets into a weird discussion. Which is better? A more competently made film, but it's more boring and dull, or a film that's more of a train wreck, but it's more interesting as a train wreck? So it goes to like, which do I think is worse, this or Hellboy 2019? Technically, I would say Hellboy 2019 is worse, and is Neil Marshall's worst film. Yet at the same time, that would create much more talking points and discussion and reaction than this movie, where, the more I watch this film, the cinematography is fine for what it is. Sean Pertwee, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, I apologize mispronouncing it. I don't have issues with his performance. I mean, if there's any issues, it's more the script, not him. So I think his acting is fine for what he's given. I will not bear false witness in front of you. With my perfect hair and perfect face after, 4 days of torture? Her Sassoon hair and her damn Maybelline, maybe it's Maybelline, face. Sorry, Finn. Yeah, I apologize, Johnny. I'm not saying much. Either sometimes I'm trying to listen to the dialogue, or yeah, I can see why it gets a 4.7 now that I'm an hour and 20 minutes in. It's not one of the worst films ever, or one of the worst films of the year. Some say 2020, others say 2021 for this. I'll say 2020 because that's what it says on IMDb and such. but it's just very dull, very boring. It's not hard hitting enough to satisfy one audience. It's not, in a way, too deep with the other audience. Should find a gun and shoot him. Should have had a knife with you instead to stab him. Gouge his eyes out. Gouge his fuck. There you go. There you go. Push your fucking fingers in his eyes. Head, rot to the head, yeah. Oh, what's this? Well, that's the first big thing of gore in the movie. Crush that guy's head like a fucking grape. Yeah, I like that moment. That was a cool moment. Cool practical makeup effect. Gore. That was like the first, like, yeah, in the movie. Like an hour and 22 minutes in. So. Fuck that guy. What to do? Well, you all. Well, at least. So she does. 27 minutes. 20. Yeah, 27 minutes left of the film. A blunderbuster. What the hell that's called. I forget what kind of gun that is. I just thought it was a blunderbuster when I've seen it in other films. What's she gonna do? The hell you... Okay. I know this is a stupid question, but when a person's dead, I say like he was dead for a while. When do they stop bleeding? I know it's a dumb question, but I just say it was still bleed. I don't know. Yeah, I forget what I said that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of some other thing about it. Why would he do that? Okay, so it's gonna poison all the people with the Black Plague. Oh my god, like, this feels so, like, glacially paced. It feels as if really not much of anything's really transpiring, and we have, like, 25 minutes left of the film. And that's including in credits. I don't know how long in credits are. Sometimes they're 5 minutes, sometimes they're more. Even at 5 minutes, that means there's less than 20 minutes left. Sometimes 10-minute credits, that means there'd be 15, 14 minutes left. I don't know what the hell her plan's going to be. I guess eventually hoping they'll be poisoned by that thing and die with the plague. Guess that's their hope for that. Did they just leave her alone there with weapons on the table? Is that what just happened? Did she take one of those weapon things? Is that why the camera panned to that? And she has one of them? Gee, I wonder why she hates you. Gee, you just try to torture me for fucking 3-4 days. Guess I should have been singing Kumbaya fucking And then you want to burn me and my baby. Gee, why is there anger from me? Just to show how stupid people are back in the day. Hey, I just stabbed you in the face. Why are you so angry with me? I don't know. Should have been singing Kumbaya fucking Now she don't stab him in the foot or something? Nope, in the hand. So they did, okay. She had two of them. Man, they're really stupid to have left those damn things on the table for her to be able to easily get them and stab them in the hands. And there's no other guards there, just in case. Again, for a lady that supposedly had to be staying awake for all this time, because they told her they tried to make her not force her to stay awake and not be able to sleep, and then torture for 3-4 days. She seems pretty spry. Pretty spry. Spry for a white gal. Pretty spry. Now, why doesn't Sean just yell for someone? Yell for help, yell for anything? Why doesn't he do that? So Sean's not yelling for help for some reason. Poisoned him. One guy's... Oh, now he yells? Now he yells for something? And somebody? God, this... Yeah, this is a film that no one's going to remember. Well, no one has remembered. No one talks of this movie. No one thinks of this movie. No one has thought of this movie. I mean, for fuck's sake. How many ratings does it even have on IMDb? And I'm just using that because I don't know what other basis to use it on. Over 3,000 ratings for 4.7. So apparently this is doing well on the award circuit. Berlin Independent Film Festival. Best Horror Feature. Best Actor for like everybody. Charlotte Kurd, Neil Marshall. Global Independent Film Awards. Hot Springs International Horror Film Festival. Lonely Wolf London International Film Festival. I've never even heard of any of these damn festivals. LA Film Awards. What's funny, it wins all these awards, and yet people and critics hated it, but yet it won all these awards. Huh. I find that kind of fucking weird. Maybe that's just me. It won all these awards, but no one's heard of it, no one's talked about it, no one likes it. 19% Rotten Tomatoes, 4.7 IMDb. Makes a lot of damn sense. And then why is Sean Pertwee not saying anything like, hey, she has a gun, or a gun. Hey, she has a knife. Hey, she's trying to do this, do that. So now the lead and the burnt lady are fighting each other. Pretty quickly edited. It's not really the best editing. Not a lot of fluidity to it all. Burner again. Yep. Burner again. That's pretty decent. You tell because you can't see the face, so it's a stunt person doing it. Makes sense. Now that was bad though. That explosion was really bad though. I like the stunt person on fire going out the window. That was pretty decent. But the explosion, that was fairly poor in execution. Why don't you just, I don't know, slit his throat or something? Just in case. I just to make him suffer with the plague. So pretty much the younger guy that's been helping her all along. The wine wasn't poisoned. The wine wasn't poisoned. You fucked yourself over. So she thought she was dying because she drank the poisoned wine, but the wine wasn't poisoned, so she locked herself in by a simple mistake. Lack of poor communication. So that's what you get. See, when you don't communicate, that's what you get. Poor communication. The story's trying to be a bit rousing. And she just happens to know how to work that gun. So she shot both of them. I saw a little bit of CG blood. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, doesn't she need to Who the hell is that? So, okay, now she's unlocking all the cages. The cells, I should say. As soon as that kid goes out, he gets shot. So how the hell they don't escape? If she doesn't know how to escape. Yep, that kid's dead. I mean, at least the finale, there's finally something happening. I'll give you that. At least there's something happening. There you go. Now drop kick him in the head. You sure you don't want to stay? The last time someone left, they immediately got killed, like the kid. She don't cut his head off. So what was this stuff with the devil? Is that going to lead to anything? All these visions of the devil, is that going to lead to something? All these visions of the devil? Like throughout this whole finale, we've forgotten about these devil visions. So was that just meant for the shits and giggles or something? That's why I said. She should just cut his throat. But no, it's just she thought he was going to suffer and stuff. Oh yeah, he thinks he's sick, so. For some reason, that shot he had the devil face. For some reason. I don't know what reason, but whatever. These random visions of her mom. There's her husband. Or maybe that's herself she's seeing, not her mom. I don't fucking know. So now the husband ghost vision things telling her to get up and get out. So I guess that was not the devil, or I don't, whatever the hell reason. Yeah, I don't really get the horror vibe. Like people say horror, I guess because of those visions. I definitely don't get the adventure aspect, called adventure horror. I just see horror a little bit more than adventure. Day 5. Rocky 5. Must be this way, there's the dead guy. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because yeah, okay, the kid found the one woman who killed her husband with the horse and buggy thing, and he gave her the baby, and she told me to tell you, like, you know what to do, and she goes, yeah, I know what to do. When she picked the baby up, a baby threw her cum out into the fist. Remember in Compound when the woman has the nice baby, and then immediately toss the baby, and the baby's like it's rolling down the fucking hill. So now it's telling the last woman to be executed in Britain was blah 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 blah. Well, the lead girl made it, sword and all. You want to see a better feminist movie? Go watch Revenge from 2018. Because that's what it's trying to be. It's trying to be a feminist movie. And again, do you want to watch that? Done better? Watch Revenge from 2018. That's one that is much better than this. This film just very dull, very boring, very... Some say 2017, some say 2018, but yeah, it's called... Whatever year you want to pick, 2017, 2018, Revenge... Much better. French thriller. Matilda Lutz is a star. Coralie Fardiet. That's the director. I can't pronounce her name. I apologize. 6.4 on IMDb. Kind of a rape revenge film. Revenge might not be the most realistic film, because she goes through a lot, and you go, how the hell can someone survive this? I get that, but that film, you want to have a lead girl go through a lot more turmoil, a lot more graphic physicality, a lot more crazy, like, bloody violence, and you, like, Revenge feels like a film that Neil Marshall would have directed, not this movie. Like, if you told me, like, Revenge was directed by Neil Marshall, I would believe you. I would go, yeah, I get it. I did it from 2017, 2018. That makes more sense. This, again, Revenge is more of a Neil Marshall film than this one that's actually directed by Neil Marshall. Like, you look at Revenge, I did in 2017, 2018, that feels more like, oh yeah, that's the director of The Descent. Inside, yeah, go watch that movie instead, in my opinion. This movie, it's dull, it's boring, a couple stuff happens at the end that's not enough to justify any amount of jazz squat from this movie. It's just too, like I said, too boring, too slow, inconsequential. The torture, the whatever, is not harsh enough to bring any amount of shaking your boundaries. The blood, gore, there's a couple little moments. I mean, the goriest one was the guy did his head crushed from the wheel when the horse kicked up. The acting is either meh. I would say meh. I mean, again, the lead girl, it's not even the worst performance I've seen. Not by a long shot. And again, it just sits there and I go, this just doesn't really do much for me. It doesn't do much for me at all. It's very, like I said, inconsequential, forgettable, in one ear out the other, unimportant, not going to remember this 2 days. Well, you ask me a week from now to give you details, I'm not going to know what details to give. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. This was just a lame duck fuck of a movie. Neil Marshall, I don't know what the hell is going on with you. That's another thing. The movie did not need to be an hour and 50 minutes. Positives, again, cinematography, I've seen much worse. Sean Pertwee, I liked him as an actor, although he's done much better. Liked him Dog Soldiers, among other films. One or two little moments of gore, but other than that, like I said, very blasé, slow. The whole thing with the fantasy stuff really ended up being nothing. I thought it was going to be this big justification of these weird fantasy hallucinations, like, oh, she really is this daughter of a witch, or the devil's tempting her and she uses a bit of that to go a long way, or you could have easily taken that stuff out and it really would not have affected the plot of the film. It really would not have. So, and now it makes me go, what the hell was the point? You could argue, oh, it's to do this, do that. Well, it really, at the end of the day, just a lame duck fucker. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, folks. Thanks once again, Johnny. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.